Hey guys, Johnny Nerd out here, professional e-bike builder, mechanic, lover. I'm an e-bike lover. I want to talk today about a myth that I get people comment me and email me this about a lot. They say, hey, I went to my local bike shop, I went to go buy a bike so I can convert it to an e-bike, and the owner said that I shouldn't do that because I'm going to break the bike. Bikes are not meant to be converted. So let's get into that. This is a huge e-bike myth. If you go into a bike shop and the salesperson or whoever there tells you that the bike in question should not be converted to an e-bike, I would run. I would run fast, because either he's telling the truth and that bike is a total piece of crap that it'll break under the power of a motor. I would run. I wouldn't buy anything from that place if they're selling crap. Option two, there's three options. I'll get to the third one where, okay, maybe he's not lying. Option two, he's either lying or grossly uneducated, and he's just perpetuating stereotypes. I have yet to see a bike that I've converted that has broke. One time that happened on a full suspension mountain bike, and it was a very heavily used bike, and it was ridden really hard, really aggressively, and the rear swing arm broke. But that was kind of like a weird situation. Any new bike, depending on how you're outfitting it, I'm talking about being street legal here. If you put a 750 watt Bafang mid-drive, for example, on a bike and you ride it properly, meaning you're not putting on full throttle, full power all the time in the wrong gear and stuff like that, yes, that will break your chain and probably strip out your gears in the back, but it's not going to break your bike completely. More than likely, that mechanic or that salesperson, whoever's at the bike shop, wants to sell you one of their pre-made e-bikes that they could make $1,000+ on for commission. Because if you've been to a bike shop and you've seen their e-bikes there, they sell for $3,000 plus oftentimes. At the very least, they're $2,000 plus, but if they are $2,000, they bought them for $1,000, so they're still making $1,000 because they use poor components and all that stuff. Check out my other videos if you have questions about that. One scenario where they may actually be telling the truth is if it's like a carbon fiber bike or something like that. Even I don't recommend converting carbon fiber bikes, like pure carbon fiber bikes. I don't recommend that. There's nothing wrong with carbon fiber bikes by themselves if you're riding it as like a analog bike, but once you put a higher performance motor on it and you clamp onto it, I don't think that it's going to stand up super long to the test of time. So that's the only time where if they say, but if it's an aluminum bike and it's like a hardtail mountain bike or a road bike, like a commuter bike or something like that, and they say that to you, they do not know what they're talking about. I've converted hundreds of bikes, used and new, to e-bikes. Not one has just broken the bike. If I did, that would be the worst business model ever. Yeah, I just keep breaking bikes. I keep putting these Bafang motors on them, and they just keep breaking the bikes. Like, oh my gosh, I've done hundreds of these. There's just no. I have the track record. I have the data to show that it's safe. You're totally fine to convert a bike. More importantly is learn how to ride it correctly. And all that means is just ride it as if there's not a motor on it. Ride it in a low gear, and as you go faster and you start pedaling out, shift to the next hardest gear. Boom, boom, okay? And then as you go, shift to the next hardest gear. That's it. That's all you gotta do to make your bike last forever. So yeah, don't listen to these bike shops that are saying that. They're from the dinosaur age, and they're just slow on the uptake. They're just 10 years behind. Don't worry. In 10 years, when people stop buying pre-made e-bikes and they just keep converting their own because they're like, this is the way better way to go, then they'll be on board and they'll stop saying that. But if somebody does say that to you, I would run. That's not a bike shop that I would be wanting to do business with. Bye, guys.